based on the environment that we had there. One of the earlier comments talked about violence in Chicago, and basically one of the major things that are combating or that violence, perpetuating that violence, is the red herring of black and black crime, as if that's a real thing, as opposed to if you look at crime across all races, it's there, it's prevalent, pretty much equal, 49% black, 48% white. And it's kind of based on the inequality that we have there. Not kind of, mostly, about 80-something%. But their approach is, the only reason why gun violence is so high in Chicago is because the weak gun laws that we have there. Chicago has the hardest gun restrictions in the United States. So it doesn't really stand up, for what they're saying. No indicators of the 50 schools that were closed, affecting 87% low-income people, 49% black, 46% Latino, and 8% white in Chicago. The 80+% of unemployment amongst teenagers in Chicago. And then even if they did, the wages of $8.25 and whether or not they can sustain. I have conversations with people there who say, well, people don't want to work. I was like, well, if you have kids and it's more expensive to send your kids into a program while you're working than to stay home, then why would you? Why would you work? Why would that be a thing for them? And I just deleted my notes, but yeah. So we have an opportunity there. The Democrats have done a great disservice. The teaching union is very anti-Rom, and I was out there with them. And my kindred sister from college was, you don't have kids, you didn't even go to a public school, you went to a parochial school. There's no reason for you to be out here. And I said, well, if I'm only out here for things that affect me, then how can I expect you to be out for things that I come from a long, my father was an alderman, he's deacon and alderman, but he was an alderman, Democratic alderman, who went against Mayor Daley. So I come from a long list of people who think politically and basically were rogue in their politics, and I kind of took what he started, and he thinks I'm a little bit over on the deep end, but I just said, Dad, you weren't left enough. I also, the funny thing that somebody said was some people from Brooklyn were afraid to come to Chicago. I was like, yeah, I think stop listening to the MSN. But the tale of three cities is Chicago, not the tale of two, but three cities. Gentrification is strongly being brought into where I live in the West Side. Downtown, nobody cares if the violence is there, in the bad parts of the town where it's supposed to happen. But as soon as those kids come downtown, 30 police at every CTA location. So it's the tale of three cities down there. And so just trying to combat the segregation that's down there in Chicago, and they just need something alternative, and socialist alternatives.